What's up, everybody? It's your boy Showtimedr. We were kind of, for those of you that know Mascarian, we were kind of having it out, not out, but having some fun on chat here. We ended up in the same channel. It's kind of hard when it scrolls all the time, but anyways. For those of you who never checked him out, check out Mascarin. Does really good content, especially on this game. But anyways. So I've had a change of heart, guys. In my community update video, we went over some of the updates that the developer was talking about. Actually, this is going to be the community update video. The last one was a developer note update video. And I had mentioned that uh, I was kind of against the upgrading of Nemesis here. I have since had a change of heart, because a lot of you gave me some flack on it, but there was one person in my chat when I was on Twitch telling me, "Yo, but Showtimedr, you say that you want stronger anti-revive heroes, and she's an anti-revive hero," and I was like, you know what? You make a good point. Now, granted, in order for me to have a change of heart, I have to have a heart in the first place, but whatever. So what I was commenting on last video that got everyone so upset. This is her skill too. Increase all allies' critical strike chance by 15%. Gain a dark orb. If you know what gain a dark orb means to her, pretty much means she's getting a little bit more attack damage. And then on her ult, it's doing additional damage for every dark orb you have, max of 3. So when you look at this and you look at her skill too, what I was saying was if you can eventually get it to at least level 5, you know, ideally level 6, but level 5, you're going to have a chance to get 3 Dark Orbs right away just from hitting your skill 2. Skill 3, though, to get it to 2 orbs. So I can actually do that, and with the buffs coming up, I might actually skill her up, because I heard that the next dungeons that are coming back, it's Xenon and who was the other one? Decane, I believe. Which you don't really need them for them, but eventually I'm going to need the fire heroes for Callie, assuming I get to that point, and Sid, I believe. I think Sid's also wind. But anyhow, that's all I was saying. And then for every dark orb, once you skill this up enough, it gets to 15% for every dark orb. So yeah, I'm still in the camp of there's 2 points of concern for me. The first point is, why are we buffing fire when fire is pretty much the most powerful in the game right now, team composition wise? But I can let that go. And then similarly, you know, why the developer of the game for global, he said that he's buffing this character for 2 reasons. One, because it's his favorite character, which makes me go, but the second one was she has low usage percentage. So it's whatever. Like I can let all that go if you're buffing a anti-revive hero, because as we know, from those of you who play PvP, it is not uncommon to see at least 3, if not 4, heroes with either that can cast revive or that have a self-revive or some type of proc revive. So, hey, I'm all for it. If they want to buffer, that's fine. Anyway, so this is your community update video. So, I got some news that I've gotten a little bit from hearing from the dev and a couple things hearing from some other people. So, I already told you which dungeons are coming soon. If you missed it, it's going to be Xenon, who I actually still have a problem with because I don't have really strong wind heroes. I just got a Ruby, so and I got my Cordelia up, so maybe we'll do something about that. And then also Decane's coming back for those of you who missed him. So good heroes against Decane. I mean, I made a Decane video. Y'all could just go watch that. What were some of the other community events? Oh yeah, so number one, I applaud Netmarble for adding more stamina into the game with this, obviously, and then they're apparently adding more. They also added quests as far as PvP. PvP is basically free to do. So you go down far enough, you get a group of gold and a bunch of stamina. So that's pretty cool. That was like a slight fix, like a quick fix for us this week, for those of us who are doing PvP. And supposedly they're coming out with more, so I highly applaud them for that. Netmarble's been pretty good to the free players, or even the freemium players. Pretty good. what I was actually going to get into in this video too is what are some things you guys would like to see changed? Not necessarily like being super negative, because overall, we all obviously still play this game if you're watching this video. So what are some things you would like to see changed, though? So for me, I'll get the conversation started, but definitely comment. I'm actually going to try to talk to the dev if we get enough good ideas. But definitely comment. Number one thing I'd like to see, for this building right here, I haven't even upgraded it because in my opinion it's so useless, the hero windmill. Okay, say I want to transform, I don't know, this hero. Why am I going to spend 50 rainbows to get a random transform? You know, it'd be one thing if it was like you can transform it to this hero or that hero, but 50 rainbows? No. 50 rainbows, it costs 75 rainbows to get a level 50, or excuse me, a level 60 skill. So the cost on this is ridiculous, 150s. I don't know, can you re-roll SSR heroes or something? Maybe that's what, but even then, if it's in the entire pool, that's ridiculous, so. In my opinion, Netmarble Global Developer, either tune this so that it costs less, like maybe 10 rainbows or something, 15 rainbows, or completely change the function of it, because, let's check out the list here. So let's say you want to change Theo to someone. It's all like SR heroes. So maybe if I upgraded this, actually, let me see. Transform a 5-star hero. It doesn't say anything about a SSR hero. And as you can see, 2 million gold or 200 crystals, that's a little... I mean, you know, it's fair if it was like a useful building, but... I don't know, I don't see the use in that building, so... That's just me, I'd like to see that change. Another thing I'd like to see change, make the gold mine maybe have 8 hours worth of farm, so that you don't have to log in every 3 hours to get your farm. It's not like do or die, super crucial or anything, but... That would be nice. What else? Oh yeah, so guild. One thing I'd like to see Netmarble. Why do people have to click the guild check-in button? Just if they get to the screen, just say you checked in. Because there's always 1 or 2 people that forget to check in, and yeah, it's 15,000 gold, but it would just be nice if everyone checks in to get all the gold. That would be really nice. Also, I'd like to see this go up a little bit. Maybe not these skills, but hell, as you see over here, I'm the guild leader. I got 20 million guild gold sitting there. I can't upgrade the guild. There's no guild growth. I can't upgrade any skills. We've maxed anything. Maybe give us like some other type, like say, I don't know, 10% accuracy. I know accuracy is like the LOL skill, but 10% accuracy would help on dudes like Renta and stuff like that. Maybe give us like a free roll of a loot drop or something. You know, if we get it skilled up enough every day, everyone in the guild gets 1. Maybe like some passive gold, you know, something like that. Like something extra to do with our guild points, because right now it's pretty stagnant. There's nothing we can do with it. So that would be pretty cool. And then increasing the guild cap too would be kind of nice. Maybe 40, 50. That's it. I know you guys probably have it very finely tuned for guild battle, so maybe it'll get out of hand. I guess I'm gonna have to see how that's coming, or how that works out, because I know that's coming. The dev said down the pipeline, so I'm assuming in a month, maybe a month and a half or whatever. But that would be really cool to see. Otherwise, you know, the town stuff's pretty good. What else? Trying to think of other things I would like to see. Oh yeah, as far as like Goldmon and stuff go, I know that it's cool to like get Goldmon for loot and then you click this sell button. But maybe there could be a better way to like just streamline it to where it just drops gold, or perhaps have Goldmon have this thing you could click here that says auto sell Goldmon. That would be nice because they clog up the inventory. The inventory is a bit of an issue. That would be kind of cool. Oh yeah, so one other thing I'd like to see. And this is all like pie in the sky stuff as far as this one goes. I'm not expecting it. It'd be cool to have like a little animal PvP thing, or like an animal dungeon or something like that, to where we could skill up all these animals and like take our animal teams in. That would be kind of funny. Because some of them, you know, they actually do kind of cool stuff. Like the monkey, you know, he's got that crazy dodge and he summons more monkeys or whatever. That'd be kind of fun, but you know, I know it's not like a do or die. And then there could be like rewards, you know, like you got past Pet Dungeon 5, here's your reward, and it's like, you know, some gold mon or whatever. XP mon, maybe an evil mon when you clear the high dungeon or whatever. That would be kind of fun. I think people would get a kick out of that, taking their animal teams out. But you know, that's not do or die, so don't worry about that. Runes. One thing I would like to see on runes. Actually, there's a couple things I'd like to see on runes. For one thing, I actually need to do a rune video, but I'll get to that later. So when we come over here to manage runes, if we got some new runes, well, I don't want to run Rune Dungeon while I'm doing this video. But so there's this all tab, right? So like let's say I click on Morgan because I'm gonna mess with their runes. Well, if I have, say, 5 new runes here, 4 new runes here, etc., and like 23 total runes here, I want to see what my new runes are, but I want to see what they are in their slots. Well, the problem is, if I then decide, okay, I want to check the new runes here, all the new runes go away because I supposedly looked at it in this slot, so I can't see the new runes in every slot. So as much as I like this tab, I would like it to like not automatically be on that tab at least, or something to the fact to where you could click like new runes or look at runes just acquired, or have something that has like acquired and then you could go by acquired first, acquired last, or something like that. That would be extra nice. Another thing I would like to see, let us sort by stat. So if I want to see like, hey, where are my triple attack runes? I click attack, I click sort by stat. All my attack runes in either all the tabs or whichever tab I'm specifically looking at come up, and I can see, okay, there's triple attack here, double attack here, attack, one attack, and as I go farther down, no attack or whatever, that's fine. I realize that might be kind of hard to program for whatever reason because you haven't done it yet. Maybe it takes up too much space. I am not a programmer, so you can tell me, you know, Netmarble mod, if it's unrealistic to do certain things, because, you know, I know the important things are getting new content out, working on new heroes, etc. I get that, but if you ever get a chance, it would be really nice if we could sort by stat. That would be amazing. And then also, when we're salvaging runes, I don't like that we have to click on the rune and hold to actually look at it. It would be nice if you just hover over it, because you can't right click or anything like that. If you just hovered over it and then after a couple seconds it just comes up like multi attack, accuracy, HP recovery, crit chance or whatever. And then I could be like, okay, I want to salvage that rune. I want to salvage this rune. I want to lock this rune. You know, that would make things so much faster, especially when you have 500 slots. You know, clicking on every individual new rune when you go through like a full nights of running the rune dungeon, it's really tedious. And I know it's a quality of life upgrade. So that would be really nice just to be able to go through this faster. Because runes right now, other than the Tayo dungeon, my bane in this game of things that take so much time for me right now. But and I guess the only other thing I would say about runes is slot 5. Can we get a little less percentage on the accuracy HP recovery on slot 5? Because lots of people get that. And then also, not so many slot 6 drops. If you notice, you know, my most is slot 6. It's hard to get a good slot 5. I hang on to slot 5s that don't necessarily have the best stats, because I just want the set bonuses. As you see, accuracy, HP, all over the damn place. So if you get like, if you are lucky enough to get it something with 2 of some good stat like attack or crit chance, oh my god, your slot 5 rune is godly. But for whatever reason, the majority of the stats are always at accuracy and HP. And I know, I wish I still had it. There was a rune selector guide where it showed you all the stats that could possibly appear. You know, just a little less heavy on the accuracy HP. A little less, like at least like a percent, I would say. So that we can have a chance at rolling the other stats, because as you can see, I got accuracy, HP recovery on damn near every one of these runes. Both of them, not even just one on most of them, both of them. You know, here's one. This is like a godlike rune for like a rune, a slot 5 rune. So you get my point. But I'd like to see that tune. That would be nice. Transformed. I think it costs a lot, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Because it's like 13, yeah, 1320 for a 6 slot rune. And quite realistically, 6 slot runes are the only things worth a damn for the most part in this game. Uh, but I'll cover that more on my rune guide. But runes could use some tuning. So that's pretty much what I'd like to see for runes. Let's see what else. Social. So in the dev note, he said that friend lists, as I'm sure you're all aware, were causing issues. So let's say I want to go do a dungeon, and I'm doing like a hard dungeon, and I need a certain character. So, you know, maybe I'm doing Tayo, and I really need a ruby, which I have. So I go through my friends list, no rubies. I would like to have, supposedly, from what someone told me, there's going to be a refresh button. If that's true, great. Can't wait to see it whenever it comes out. So you could refresh, there's a ruby, but you could refresh and go through your friends and be like, okay. Because as it stands right now, in order for me to find the characters I want, if they're not up, I have to go through all the characters that I know that are my friends and in my guild. So like this guy, this guy, this guy, MD, Zyla, Liars, Orion, and Manitar. I know all of them through streaming as friends, or they're in my guild or whatever. So I have to continuously go through them, and then there's a bunch of random people. When you have 50 friends, I would really like to get rid of the random people. Have an option that says, you know, keep random people, don't have random people. That would be nice to have too. I realize it's in most gacha games' interest to have random people so that they can you know, add random friends or whatever. Maybe they're more casual players. That's fine, but I'd like an option to opt out. Because usually when I find random people, it's like all Morgans or like some hero I don't really need. Anyways, and then what was the other thing? Because I don't understand. It's like almost every gacha game seems like they do this similar thing to where it's random people and your friends, but the friends that you want to find, even if for some reason you can click them as your favorites or whatever, you can't find your friends. Like I've had people that I see like all the time be like, I have never once seen you, Doc, in my friends list, and we've been friends for like 3 weeks. It's like, well, I don't know what to do about that. So that would be nice. I mean, it'd be even better if I could just select or sort by character. Because you see these sorters down here, but it's not like, you know, it's not like I can actually, like, oh, I want to find a, like, what's a hero that wasn't listed? I want to find a Tayo. Well, it doesn't change anything, and you can, like, reload, and it'll pull up different friends. But usually for me, it keeps all my friends. It just pulls up different random people. So hopefully the changes that they come up with that will be nice. That'll be a big fix. Also, another thing, another issue. Let me go ahead, make a party for it right now to show you guys. So say I create a private room. And then, okay, I can invite my guild members, that's great. Line, if you use Line, I know that's really big in Asian cultures, Line is. Facebook and Twitter, Netmarble, I am not going to invite anyone from my Facebook or my Twitter, because number one, maybe Twitter, but Facebook especially, that's like my family's on there, and, you know, most family members, they already harass you for playing games. So I'm not going to invite people from Facebook. Now, copy message, the way that this works, and oh my god, I lose so much time streaming this. So you copy this link, right? And then you have to paste it into either a chat or a message or Discord or whatever. And in order for the person to actually get it, they have to go to, in this case, on an emulator, but if it's their phone or their tablet or whatever, they have to go to whatever browser it is. And they gotta actually type in, or copy paste rather, the link. And then you hit it. Well, unfortunately, I was dumb and copied the whole thing. But if you copy the link, you hit it, and then hopefully they have the game open and they join your group. But there's so many people that don't understand that. And I lose so much stream time trying to explain it to people. Like, no, you take the link and you copy it in the browser of whatever you're playing the game on. Like, oh, it's not working. Do you have the game open? Oh, I forgot to open the game. And like, if they're on a mobile device, they have to go from Twitch chat. They got to close Twitch, go over to copy paste, copy the link. Sometimes if it's like an Apple device, they can't copy it easily, so they have to like mail themselves the link or post it in Discord. And then they put it in their browser, and they're like, oh, it's not working. So they come back to the Twitch chat. It's not working. It's like, well, did you do this? Open the game? Oh, I forgot to open the game. So now they have to go open the game, leave the Twitch, go back, probably recopy the link, go back, paste it again, and hopefully by then they're in. But like I was in Mascarian's chat today. There was someone doing it for like 10 minutes, and then he got distracted and went and did something else while we were all waiting for him just to do a Haspile. So Netmarble, please give us the option just to invite our friends, or even better, type in the name of somebody, like their friend code. They could be like, yo, my friend code is XYZ, I'm Doc at Q, whatever, 285. Like, okay, type it in, there they are, send invite. Done. You know, that would be so good. I do not understand. This is one I'm not willing to let go. I do not understand why you can't just invite your friends. I've been able to do it in every other gacha game I've played. So, you know, I realize you got priorities and stuff, but that would make the game so much easier because all in my Discord and all in my stream, that's the number one complaint on this game is, oh my god, I can't invite my friends, and the friends list thing as well. So that would be a huge help, Netmarble. So if you could do that one, that will make this game so much funner for everybody because we won't be burning time trying to teach people how to do things. So. But anyways, otherwise, co-op's basically fine. The Karen bug, I know people have put that bug in your guys' thing, so hopefully that'll be fixed at some point. Karen crashes multiplayer dungeons. Also, one thing I'd like to see too. So for multiplayer dungeons that are not Haspile, there's really no point to doing them most of the time because unless you're carrying somebody, which, you know, but you're getting pieces of the hero versus getting the actual, or having a chance to get the hero, like you can in Advent Dungeons. For those who don't know, I'll slow down. If you go to Advent Dungeon, which is a solo dungeon, at the end of the dungeon, if you kill the dungeon, you have the chance of getting the boss as a drop, and you can use it to either upgrade your other heroes' purple star levels, or you could just take the boss character, collect them, and then build them up as a character you use. Well, in multiplayer, you don't get the hero, you don't get a chance at the hero, unless you have these bonus units, which, you know, a lot of the times it'll be like, you know, a bunch of random people that you would never ever bring to this dungeon, and then a couple SSRs, and maybe some SRs you might bring. So in this case, this is Sinclair's dungeon. Bringing Marduk to Sinclair's dungeon, you can do it, but it's really not that useful, honestly. Rebecca, she's kind of useful. May, not really that useful. And I'm not saying that you can't bring them in, but I'm just saying optimal heroes for the dungeon. You know, like things that you can bring to as a free-to-play newer player that's geared up. You can bring to a four-star dungeon or even a 3-star dungeon and be like, okay, we realistically have a shot. Like, imagine if everyone in a Sinclair dungeon multiplayer, they brought all these heroes. So say someone brought a Marduk, someone brought a Rebecca, someone brought a May, someone brought, I always forget her name, but the water tank girl. By the way, this is 2 water tanks. And why are there 2 water tanks? I don't know if it's random or however they program it, but 2 water tanks in a dungeon that's dark-based. She's a light hero, she'll do decent deeps. May's also water-based. You know, and then, oh, I forget that guy's name, but I believe he is Wind. I honestly don't know what she is, but I want to say she's Jan and she's fire. And so basically what I'm saying is it's a bunch of heroes that if you're really strong, yeah, you can do it. But if you're just trying to get together with your guild and you guys can barely handle the dungeon or kind of handle the dungeon with your mains, it's really hard to bring a bunch of random characters in and get the boss drops. But then just to show you guys what happens too is, so say you do all that, And like you got a May and you got like one guy that's gonna card carry you, two guys maybe, and then whatever. So you're gonna bring your own personal hero to get an extra loot drop. Well, when you bring one of these heroes, you got this reward list. One of them is the boss character, obviously, and then the rest of it is all this stuff. Uh, your odds of getting the boss, I've never personally done it in a multiplayer dungeon. You're most likely gonna get like one of these down here. So your odds of getting the boss are probably super low, and it's definitely not 1 in, let's see, 6, 12, 18, 19. It's not 1 in 19. It's probably like 1 in 80, something like that, 1 in 60. So the amount of effort it requires to carry someone versus the reward chance, I think you can do better, but I mean, at that point, people are gonna say, oh, but Showtime Doctor, then people on streams they'll just hard carry people and it won't be fun anymore. Well, the funness in this game, it's really fun to run mobile, or excuse me, multiplayer dungeons. It's actually really fun, and even if you're getting carried, it's still really fun. But the issue is, this is 99 energy. There's no reason to blow 99 energy if you are going to get 5 pieces of a hero that you need at least 60, I believe, to build. It might be a little less than that. Maybe it's 80, actually. I think it's 80. Actually, it might be more for him. Because I remember the 3-star chess guy, I believe it was 80. I don't know, I'll have to go check that, but... you have to run the dungeon, basically, if you're lucky, you'll get an average of 7 to 8 pieces over time. So you run the dungeon like 10, 12 times. 99 energy, 12 times, that's like 1200 energy, basically. Yeah, the risk versus reward's not there. And it's funner to play with people. It's fun to play with guildies. It's fun to stream. And then I have like 4 people from the chat, or a couple people from the guild, and a couple people from the chat. It's super fun. It's really fun, but, we don't do it so much because the risk versus reward. Not to mention when you fail the dungeon because the dungeon crashes, etc. It's just not worth it, unfortunately. So that's something to look at, Netmarble. Otherwise, let's see. Social's basically fine. Shop's fine. Summon's fine. Around guild dungeon. Well, let me go in order. Well, I kind of covered special already. Boss dungeon is actually pretty fine, so I'm cool with that. Did not keep going to the dungeon I wanted to go to. That's weird. Okay, well, I guess I gotta do this the hard way. Sorry guys, give it a second. Alright, Guild Dungeon's basically fine. I'm cool with Guild Dungeon. Boss Dungeon's fine. Time Space. The only thing I'd like to see with Time Space, give us an option to reset it. You can make it expensive, make it like 3 dungeon tickets or 2 dungeon tickets or whatever. It's already really expensive for stamina. But I would like the option to reset this maybe once a week, just so we could get more farm. Especially if you're adding stamina to the game, because obviously we want Evomon, Rainbows. Most of the other prizes in here are pretty good. So I'd like to see that, but that's a nitpick as well. On hard mode especially, please stop dropping anything less than 4-star runes. My opinion. 4 stars good enough for fodder, and then 5 stars, fairly rare, like maybe 10%, something like that, and then 6 stars, super rare, 1 or 2%. Whatever, that would be nice. So when we're doing our bounties, we got a chance to do stuff. Bounty's pretty cool, I like the bounty system. Let's see. Also, I really like the Haspile event. That's been a really cool thing, guys. So especially having chances to get Britain pieces and all these other rewards. Actually, it's funny they put this at 4th place. 4th place is actually It's really hard to get insignia, so it's really nice. It's always nice when you get some energy, if you're lucky enough to get 5 or 10 rainbows. Maybe a dungeon ticket, some energy, whatever. It's pretty cool. So I applaud that. And then after that, it'd be cool if you could reset missions. I don't mean like reset the whole mission log, but give us new missions to do, like a page every week or something like that. That would be cool. Give us some additional rewards. Your questing system's really good. The prizes thing is cool. I'm trying to think if there's anything with PvP I don't like now. They said guild battles coming soon, so that's pretty cool. What else here? Medal record, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, the reward list stuff, that's all really good. I still regret 2 weeks ago. I should have pushed more with my team. I could have got champion, but oh well. Yeah, the daily stuff is cool. I mean, PvP, they're pretty much fixing for the most part. You know, they still need to make the push on anti-revive heroes, but, you know, supposedly. Morgan, obviously, everyone's using Morgan now, and Nemesis is getting buffed, so we'll see how that goes. I've already covered that in another video. So that's, I'm sure there's some other things I'm forgetting, but that's most of what I want to see as far as new stuff to do. It'd be cool if we get a couple new event challenges. Oh, there is one thing. Okay, so the Tayo dungeon. And this, I might actually be wrong on, I'll couch this one, but for me, the Tayo dungeon, okay, I know Pepe, he's told me, Pepe can do this in 6 minutes, which obviously he has Cowley, and all of his characters are geared to the bone, and purple stars and runes and all that. For me, it all depends, like, basically on my proc rate. If I'm lucky enough to get Rue on the first guy to proc Looming Death, that shortens the dungeon by like 5 minutes for me, maybe 8 minutes, depending on how interactive I'm being with the stream. And then also you need someone with the anti-heal effect, so like Kane or Mary or whoever. And so when the first 2 heroes get their resolve, they'll heal to 1, and then you can just own them after that instead of going through like a 4th or a 3rd or whatever it is of their health again. On Tayo, however, he revives, so anti-heal does nothing. He just gets up with his health, and then, which is fine, because, you know, his phase 2, it's different from his phase 1, so that makes sense. But you know, Netmarble, maybe don't make dungeons that are so heavy on health. And I'm not saying, you know, don't make dungeons challenging. But like, if you really look at this dungeon, the first boss fight, he changes a little bit. He does his little AoE power punch. He does that, you know, when he gets to about half health, and that's cool. But it's basically the same fight the whole time. The second fight, though, is literally the same fight the entire time. Like, you're not doing anything different for the most part. The boss is doing the exact same things. He might pick differently on his targets, but he's doing the exact same stuff. So it's boring. It's like super boring. Ronin's super boring. And I'm not criticizing Ronin the hero. Ronin's actually a really good hero, but it's just a boring fight. So him having a bunch of health, like, gah, gah, gah. It's just like, oh my god. So I'd like to see his health shorten a bit, because there's no, you know, he's not enraging. There's nothing we have to adapt to. So just doing it for the sake of doing it, you know, it's kind of like whatever. But, and then Tayo's basically fine. I got no issue with Tayo. He hits really hard. He has a couple phases. He changes his phases dramatically. Tayo's a great boss. But that dungeon is so health heavy, and especially if you're newer to the dungeon, you got lower level heroes, and you don't have, like, you can't afford to run characters that have the anti-healing debuff. And, you know, I've heard people tell me that dungeon takes them an hour and a half. And so you might want to tune that a bit, because like a good dungeon in this game right now, the Sinclair dungeon, because I know I can go do Sinclair. I can get him done in 3 minutes if I got a good friend unit, but it'll take 3 to 10 minutes. But I know it's hard, it's fair, there's some RNG involved at the end, but it's fair, and it's over with in 3 to 10 minutes. I love Sinclair's dungeon, okay? And I've gotten screwed in Sinclair's dungeon. But I love Sinclair's dungeon because it's just like, okay, do it. It's done. It's not guh, 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 guh for like 15 minutes. Guh, 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 guh. Okay, we killed him. Up, he healed to half. Guh, guh, guh. It was a power puncher. And what's that other dude? Corsair puncher! Corsair puncher! It's like the whole dungeon, dude. It takes so long. I'm just sitting there like, oh my god. And granted, you know, I could have more powerful heroes, but I just barely geared up to get Tayo. So Sinclair, fun as hell, easy, not easy, but easy as hell to do as far as the execution. You know, I know Sinclair, when I get to Sinclair, the dude's gonna come at me, he's gonna hit me hard, and I got X amount of time before I gotta just be like, okay, I gotta go on him right now. Or else I'm gonna lose 2 or 3 heroes, or I'm gonna lose the setup I'm trying to execute to survive his enrage. I love Sinclair's dungeon, you know, like a dungeon that's more than like 15 minutes is just like, to me, it's a snooze fest. And then, you know, I'm eating up so much of my stream time just doing that, and then people are, anyways, streamer first world issues. But yeah, but other than that, guys, you know, this game's very fun, very good. The community loves the game, and you know, it's funny. I've actually I've met a lot of cool people just like through the YouTube comments, and you know, at the stream, and even just playing the game, talking about the game. So, anyways, but that has been your community discussion and stuff we would like to see. Once again, guys, I invite you comment in the comments, please. Things, you know, whether I mentioned them or not, that you'd like to see different, or things you'd potentially like to see added to this. And then I'm actually going to go to the developer's Twitch. He has his YouTube channel too. Just chat with him. Be like, hey, you know, what are the chances of seeing this? And if you guys give me some good suggestions, hey, I'll bring that up to him. Like, hey, is there any chance we'll see this? Is there any chance we could get this? Can we get a little more tuning on this, etc.? And just put it in his head, you know, because at the end of the day, the developer's going to do whatever the developer's going to do, which I'm sure is what the company allows him to do, and a little bit of his own intuition. But, you know, if we can put stuff in his head and maybe he could run it past people, quality assurance, whatever the hell, then cool, you know? But, you know, I'm not going to overwhelm him or anything. I'll pick the best stuff and then just chat with him, see what it's like. So, anyways, guys, you know the deal. Showtimedr on Twitch. Obviously, you're at my YouTube channel if you feel like it, you know, sub, etc., all that stuff. Mask was making fun of me earlier because he's like, oh my god, Showtime, so you have, because I was like, damn, I hit 200 subscribers today. It's just like, oh my god, Showtime, look at this. You got 2,000 views on this video and only 200 subscribers, man. It's like, so he's like ragging on me a bit, but he's like, no, look at my stats. And then he kind of had a similar thing, but just like on a much larger scale. So it's pretty funny, but be looking forward to it, guys. I might actually do a potential collab. We're still talking about it, so we'll see how it goes. But I got more videos to put out today, so I better end this one. So peace.